This is literally meat sauce. It's not a red sauce with a little bit of meat. It's a lot of meat and a little bit of sauce. To make a bolognese properly, you're gonna need the whole afternoon. It's like a 3-hour deal. And it's cooked very, very slowly. And I'm gonna walk you through all of the basic steps. There's layers to building the sauce. The first layer to building the sauce is carrot, celery, onion. I put garlic in everything, but traditionally you don't need to. Couple tablespoons of butter, couple tablespoons of good olive oil. You're cooking this out low and slow until the vegetables are very sweet and very tender. So I'm gonna drop 1 pound of pasta into our salted water. You always wait till the water boils before you salt it so that the salt doesn't sink to the bottom of the pot. It will scar the pot. So first step is to cook out those vegetables. Then you're going to add your meats. 3 meats for our 3-meat bolognese are beef, pork, and veal, but not in equal amounts. I use 1 pound of beef to half a pound of ground veal to half a pound of ground pork. I want you to see this stage here. See how it's still kind of pink? This is what you're going for. When you make buttery bolognese, you're not really browning the meat. You're just taking away its color before you add the next step. The next step in this sauce is the one that's the most essential. You add in about a good fat cup of milk or cream, and you let this cook out and absorb completely, slowly, slowly, slowly into the meat. When it's completely absorbed, it'll look like this over here. Once the milk, or half and half, is completely absorbed into the meat, we're going to then add white wine, about a cup and a half of white wine. Then I would let the white wine absorb. We add a little bit of nutmeg, always, in bolognese. A little bit of nutmeg goes into pretty much anything that's made with cream or milk. My herb bundle is parsley, sage, and thyme, and then a large bay leaf. Let that all hang out together. And for this big old pot of meat sauce, 1 little tiny can of chopped tomato or crushed tomato. 1 little itty bitty. Now this guy is going to cook. He's going to simmer over the lowest heat possible on your stove. I'm gonna turn him way back so he's barely on. I'm gonna keep it just with a little bit of steam can escape. This sauce will begin to get very thick. You're cooking it on very low heat. Don't be afraid of it burning. Every once in a while, give it a good stir all the way down to the bottom of the pot. And as the sauce dries out, this is my secret ingredient. In my stock, I put a big chunk of Parmigiano Reggiano rind. See, there's a cheese rind in there. So anytime my sauce gets a little dry, I add a little cheese water. I just added a couple of pats of butter to our pasta. You drain your pasta undercooked, put it back in the same hot pot so that it dries the moisture out of it, and we start to emulsify then the salty cooking water to help that butter get all around the noodles and just hug them. So now to our buttery noodles, we take our 3-meat bolognese sauce, our vat of glorious goodness, and just like my mommy used to do, she'd take her starchy cooking water mug, which is AKA her coffee mug for morning. There's our bay leaf. Bye-bye. And she'd scoop half the sauce into the buttery pasta. And then we take our grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And then you stir, 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 stir. This is what I was saying about the carryover cooking. That's why you want to undercook your pasta. We bring this over to our pasta dish. Isn't that glorious? Right? Now we're on the same page.